everybody. Sorry about not coming out with any videos last couple of days. I think the last one I made is where I was changing the air compressor, AC compressor motor out. And I really wanted to get the AC up and going. That's why I took the steps that I took, and it was really hot. It's been really hot. Humidity is just miserable. So, and driving and being hot like that, it just, and I don't sleep very good at all if I'm hot. So, I thought it was a pretty big deal. And being Friday and late in the day, there was no way I could get somebody to work on it. So I took the challenge on myself and I replaced the AC compressor and filled it up. Worked beautiful in the beginning. It was just getting dark. All the windows had sweated and I couldn't see. So I had to shut the air conditioner off and go outside and squeegee all the windows so I could cross over the interstate, or actually the highway. It was a 4-lane highway, but I had to cross over, so I had traffic coming from both directions. And I needed to see, so I shut her down and got out on the interstate and fired it back up, the AC. And it was at that point it did not get cold anymore. And but the sleeper is ice cold, and so when I was going by the house anyway, and I went to the house and went ahead and went through the system again and charged it all back up. Just went through the whole procedure again. And the same thing, the sleeper is ice cold, but the one up in the cab is not. It's just like, it's cool, but it's not cold. And so so I pulled the cabinet apart, and there's an expansion valve that goes to the whatever it's called, the evaporator or whatever, inside the dash where the cold air is. And it's got cold going in and cold going out. So I just haven't had time to do anything. I'm really running behind now. I'm just above Valdosta. It's Sunday morning at 10 a.m. That'd be 11 a.m. Over here, because they're on Eastern time. And so I really don't have time because I got to deliver this load on Monday. So now I'm already running way behind. So I don't have time to deal with it. But so what I'm thinking is that when the air compressor blew up, and it did do that, it must have released some particles into the system, and it must have trash in the system. And that's too bad. I was hoping that didn't happen, but it seems to me that it must have. And so, and that's pretty normal. So probably have to buy a new expansion valve, get it all cleaned out in a dryer or whatever, and do it again, which is more money. But for now, it stayed nice and cool until I got down to Atlanta last night. And let me tell you, I used to run down to Florida. I run down in Florida about 5 years on a regular basis, and there was a lot of traffic. But in the last few years, 3 or 4 years or so, I've been running out west, and during that time, life has really changed for a lot of us with you know, the political crap and all that. Well, it's really changed the way things are, and people moving from the big cities coming down south. Anyway, the interstate system from Nashville down to below Atlanta is just ridiculous, man. I spent, not because of accidents, but I spent hours just in backups from where they're in construction, and people are just all about themselves, and they don't want to let nobody get in front of them and all that. They don't realize that they're the ones actually causing the backup. Because when you're letting people go to the left and to the right and getting in front of you, you know what that means? It means traffic's moving. And when you're sitting there on somebody's bumper and you can't get in front of me, all that does is that's what causes the backup. That and people running to the end of where the lane is ending. They run up there and they want to cut off everybody else. And that's an all about me attitude. And that's what causes the backup. So anyway, the backups, man, are just ridiculous out here. And you know what? This load doesn't pay bad as, I can't remember, it's like $4 a mile. But they're going to have to pay, I'm about to get a load that's like $8 a mile to put up with that kind of junk. So that being said, I don't think I'll be running back down here anytime soon if I can keep from it, unless they pay me really well. I do remember back in the day when I did run down here, I didn't like the traffic so much then, and whenever I come down, I would run down through Alabama and come down. It was 100 miles out of route, but it kept me from putting up with the traffic over down 75. And so I, you know, hey, is what it is. So yeah, I had, and then last night what I did is I learned on my AP unit, if I turn the temperature all the way down, and it will cycle. And so I ran the truck and the AP unit. Yes, I can do that. And last night until it got really cool, and then I shut down the truck and then let the AP unit take over for the rest of the night. Well, I was extremely tired because that was like the 2 nights before I didn't hardly get any sleep. So I slept really good last night, slept in. It was about an hour more than I should have. And so anyway, so that's basically my update. I'll have to work on the air conditioning system at another time. Maybe if I can get some time to run it into a dealership or somebody to work on it for me. I hate letting people work on my stuff because the last time I did that, it shut me down for a week, lost a week's worth of pay, and cost me $4,000 to change 4 U-bolts on a rear axle. And that is, I mean, and that's only, that's $100 in parts. $4,000 and a week. And that was KW there in Salina, Kansas. And that's the kind of stuff that you put up with out here on the highway. And that's why I don't like nobody working on my stuff, because and then they wrap chains around my chassis and cut wires in half because they weren't paying attention, and they cracked my double hump fenders because they just apparently just dropped them on the ground. And so that's a professional business, man. And I've gone through a lot of that. I get frustrated just talking about it. I've been through a lot of that in my trucking career, and so if I can just fix it myself, it might be a hassle because I might be my first time doing it, and I'm learning as I go, but I know I'm not paying somebody all kinds of money for them to learn as they go, and they screw my stuff up. So That's why I don't like nobody working on my stuff. That being said, I'll take that back. I'll figure out what's wrong with the system and I'll fix it. It's just that it ain't working so swell right now. So I do have cool air blowing on me in the cab. It's not cold. And then I have ice cold air in the sleeper. So that's kind of helpful. Anyway, so that's my Sunday, and 2:42. I probably won't be able to catch you on my way down. Maybe on my way back up. It'd be nice to meet you. If that works out, that'd be awesome. And for the rest of you, I hope you have a wonderful Sunday. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy the summer, because it's coming to a close. And man, just love this time of year. God bless. Have an awesome weekend. And later.